to Sweden. Bronze medalists in Luxembourg 2 years ago. Rasmus Dahlström, Kevin Dannefalk, Xerxes Ekman, Isak Höglund, Kalle Holm, Danny Jespersson, Max Lundberg, Albin Lundin, Per Sjöstedt, Sebastian Lassen Bandal, Eddie Jespersen and Oscar Gadd. The only nation other than Denmark to ever win this title at the continental level. They won the first one in 1996. They then had to wait until 2021 to win it again. The Danes weren't competing at that edition.
Walkout handspring double straight team round for Sweden. Important to look for the open angle in the hips here. We don't want to see any piking in the shape. But this is looking good from Sweden. Huge difficulty for an opening round, and it's their forwards requirement ticked off as well.
They had a difficulty score of 11.9 in the preliminary round. Strikingly, that was only the third highest.
Yeah, I mean, generally when you're talking about a difficulty above 10, that's elite level. Difficulties above 11 is almost unheard of, and it just shows you the level of this competition in the men's category.
We had one difficulty below 10, that's it of all of the qualifiers. On they go.
Straight walkout, full half straight. 3 of them in a row. And a fourth, this is a 1.5 twisting double straight somersault. Need to make sure they're landing with chest up, finishing the rotation, and that was fantastic.
Do please excuse me if I spend most of this final laughing hysterically. It really is going to be mesmerising. Great start from Max Lundberg, wearing number 5 for the Swedish team. Important, isn't it? Vital that your first performer gets out there and goes through securely.
Yeah, absolutely. It can really help to settle the team. And that's 2 runs down for Sweden now, just 1 to go. And it's the backwards requirement for their composition score that they still have to fulfill. Round off flick, full straight. A second one, huge amounts of power and rotation. Miller, he's taken a fall. Round off double straight, whip flick, full tuck. Round off double straight, whip. And he hasn't made it to the end of the tumble. Round off double straight, whip flick, full tuck.
Well, there was some real risk there from Sweden, and this is what we're going to see in this final. The essence of the men's team competition is the sort of go big or go home ethos. Danny Jespersen, you've got to admire the way he went for it, and unfortunately, and this can happen, can't it, in tumbling, if you get the angle slightly wrong, all your kinetic energy is gone.
Yeah.
Sweden, 20.9. They've actually managed to gain some tenths. 20.55 in qualification. Let's go on with this spellbinding men's final. It's been a wonderful championships, full stop, hasn't it? To Sweden. They are over the other side of the field of play at the Trampette, and their score in qualifying, not to be sniffed at, was 20.23. Here we go with Kevin Dannefalk.
Triple pike half team round for Sweden. Some huge height on these. And big travel on that one, landing outside the main part of the landing area. And again on that one, but the height and the execution are fantastic. And that one just shot straight up with a huge kick out in the third somersault.
We're looking at a couple of passes there with a clear 3/10 deduction. One with maybe more like a 10th because it was sort of on the periphery of the landing area.
Yeah, important to remember that if the gymnast lands in the white zone of the landing area and steps out afterwards, that's okay. It's if one or both feet land outside it initially is where there's going to be bigger deductions.
Because there has to be a certain amount of kinetic energy that's allowed for the sorts of powerful passes that we're seeing here. We go again with Sweden, and they're great fun to watch. Oh, what a save!
Very deep landing. Full half. Another full half, landed almost perfectly upright. A bit of travel on that one, but another full half. And another one, very deep landing. But that one, there was no doubt about it. That was much more upright. A couple of deep landings there, but no falls taken.
There were a couple of those that they practically landed in an armchair and managed to get back out again. Incredible. And that lower body strength and the quickness of reaction as well is what saves you big losses of marks.
Yeah, and it does take a lot of strength to recover when you're landing that low because you're coming from such a height, at such speed.
Palle Holm leads the line.
And it's vault for the final round for Sweden. Handspring 2.5 twisting straight from the first two gymnasts. A huge handspring 2.5. These are looking very good. All handspring 2.5 so far from Sweden. And a handspring full half.
Well, it was hard to be sure the extent to which that was salvaged.
We saw on the camera a big...
We are
Sweden
ready for the next
score 20.05 in their Trampette round.
Score for Sweden, 20.05.
40.95 has them in the lead
Sweden
by
overtake
5
Denmark.
hundredths over the Danes. Denmark might have made it impossible for Sweden to maintain their lead, but the Swedes will go out swinging. They'll really throw everything they have at this. What a delightful performance that was from Sweden.
İsveç
Very
komandası
stylish.
dostlar. Gürültüler bir alkış masası gelsin.
Whatever position they occupy on the podium, they left nothing to chance there.
Yeah, Sweden are a nation that pride themselves on their floor performances, and for good reason. That was so well performed from the Swedish men.
This from
Second
Sweden.
place and
Oh, they've got very
silver medal.
close. 60.15. Silver surely secured, and a gap of 2.8 compared to a gap of about 4 marks in qualification. Well done to the Swedes. They are on the podium. The classified results in the men's team competition at the 15th European Team Gym Championships. Bronze won by Norway, silver won by Sweden, and gold won by the nation that always wins gold in this event. 13 times now the Danes.
Finalda çıkışlarına göre mükafatlandırılmasına başlıyor.
This is the award ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, for the senior men's teams final. Third place and bronze medal winners, Team Norway.
Norway, for a 7th time, the bronze medalists. Their 8th time on the podium.
Second place
This event at the
and
European
winners
Championships.
of the silver medal, Team Sweden.
Great performance from Sweden, going one better than 2 years ago in Luxembourg, and running a close race
And
with the
first
Danes
place,
for gold.
Gold medalists
Few of them 3
and
marks between
European
them.
champions, Team Denmark.
But you can't argue with 13 times the champions of Europe. You can't deny that they are the finest.
The
They were
medals,
the
ladies
finest
and
again
gentlemen,
today.
are handed out by
Denmark
Dr. Farid Gaibov,
for
European
gold.
Gymnastics President. My Per Sjöstrand,
The bronze
European
medals
Gymnastics Team Gym
presented to
Technical
Norway,
Committee
and
President,
Johan
and
Skatja
by
Bratten,
Farhad Ahmadbaili,
Kjartan
Manager
Frafjord,
of the
Sebastian
Azerbaijan
Golfetto Hubert,
Gymnastics Federation.
Jeppe Brian Henny Krog, Maximilian Tefre Lövas, Martin Ingvar Mikkelsen, Marius Steinsvik, Sondra Luca Thorstein, Agne Volden, Mats Kanterzerbeck, Martin Raunholm Fosse and Mikkel Elletsen. The silver medals to Sweden and Rasmus Dahlström, Kevin Dannefalk, Xerxes Ekman, Isaac Höglund, Kalle Holm, Danne Jespersson, Max Lundberg, Albin Lundin, Per Sjöstedt, Sebastian Lassen Vandal, Eddie Jespersen, Oscar Gadd. The gold medals to Denmark: Alexander Breivik, Oliver Funk, Noah Gjulbes, Christian Jensen, Mia Andreas Jensen, Trevor Johansson, Laurid Stitlev Neble, Johan Rasmussen, Anton Rodell, Mess Thomsen Hoop, Magnus Harry Lauridsen and Marius Mungo. We will now have the national
Hanımlar
anthem
ve canablar,
of Denmark.
Danimarkanın dövlət himni səslənir. Xahiş olunur, ayağa qalxasınız.
We would like to invite you, ladies and gentlemen, to stand up for the national anthem of Denmark.
Təbrik edirik.
Denmark, the champions of Europe.
The podium of the senior men's teams final.
There they are, the
Norway,
medalists
Sweden,
in the men's
and
team
the
competition
2024
for
European
seniors
champions,
at the
Denmark.
Baku 2024 European Team Gym Championships. The 15th